Whoa, whoa. WrestleMania. Is that what you were
Okay, I take
expecting?
back what I. No, that's. I take everything back, Tucker.
Oh, I ruined it already? Oh, damn. Damn.
This is our fourth WrestleMania.
That it is. It's WrestleMania 23, folks. All grown up. All grown up.
No, we changed the tagline. Now it's WrestleMania 23. Fuck pay-per-view.
True. Because we are on
Yeah.
WWE.com direct, of course, and Skybox Office UK, but we don't talk about them. It's WrestleMania 23 from just outside Detroit, Michigan, inside the wonderful, illustrious, not at all violence-tainted malice. Oh, sorry, I meant palace of the Auburn Hills. I'd like to say I did that on purpose, but I actually didn't. We got a big show tonight. We're gonna run through the stuff as we've got it coming. Puddy, anything you want to get at?
Well, big shout out to one of our Patreons, Parker Smith, for your continued support. Thank you, everyone who supported us over this last year in game, which has been something like 18 months in real life.
Yeah, good times.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I wish I could say it's going to get better, but actually, this is the end of me being available now, so I probably won't, but I will try to do some weekends when I can. But yeah, it's been a fun ride. I've really enjoyed 0607. I'm looking forward to seeing the next chapter.
Hell yeah.
Our Patreon's in the description if you want to help us do this more often.
Yeah, is that what we're gonna get to eventually?
No, but I mean that is it, isn't
no,
it?
But yes, ultimately that is the point. Yes.
Yeah.
No, but yes. I think we're just ready to do it.
Let's jump right in.
Terror, folks, terror. Did we? Okay, yeah, that's sold out. I was going to say, did we not sell that out somehow? What is that number?
I'm pretty sure we could have sold out an arena double that size.
Triple, maybe. No, not
close.
triple.
Yeah,
close.
I think it was 60. I think it was 60K. So not
60
too far
something.
away.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know, man. You just get like some real bad vibes. You turn on the pay-per-view and you're just like, oh yeah.
Are we calling it a pay-per-view?
Oh, I guess you're right. The show. Well, I'm not calling it that. I'm not calling it the one thing. No.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Tony Khan said
what
that
about
the other day.
What about a Sunday Super Show?
I like Super Show. That's good.
Cool.
All grown up. All the stars were once boys, and now they are not boys.
We did miss a trick by not doing women. We didn't do any women.
True.
Yeah. Maybe we could retcon that we did Trish and Nat.
Yeah? You want to retcon the all grown up angles when we talk about them in the future?
Okay, fine.
I was just saying, I'm like, when is this ever gonna...
fine! You're right! It's stupid!
Fantastic. You know who else is stupid? Fucking Michael Cole. Here we are.
Who keeps inviting this dude, as John Cena said on Raw this week?
We check in with all of our commentators, the Raw comms, the SmackDown comms, the Spanish comms. Yeah, man. That's kind of a weird distinction, but whatever. They're all here. They're all excited and ready to go.
It's a good point. Do you think Carlos and Hugo do the Raw and the SmackDown broadcasts? Because if so, they're like the hardest working people in the company.
Oh, legitimately? I think they did. Yeah.
Wow.
I think they did all the Spanish announcements.
The true cross-brand superstars that we didn't want, but that we deserve.
May not always notice them, but they are always watching.
They are the heroes.
Talking.
They are the voice of the WWE in Spain.
On Espanol. Puddy, what's going on here? What is this?
Oh, me? You're gonna throw the Snoop thing to me?
Snoop Dogg comes out. He's brought Sergeant Slaughter with him, who carries the American flag. There are also women there because this is a long time for all these people to really just sit through this. Let's be honest, right? They gotta look.
And
at
they're
something.
wearing American flag bikinis.
There you go.
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg. I like the idea that Snoop Dogg just tries to sing America the Beautiful, and it's just bad because he can't really sing. I don't think he can.
All right.
Oh, maybe he can sing. I didn't check out. Oh, somebody might yell at me for that. Nobody will yell at me for that.
No, I'm sure they'll be understanding.
Snoop Dogg made a reggae album at one point under the name Snoop Lion. He did like a full rebrand,
I remember that.
And it didn't take off, so he went back to being Snoop Dogg. So I don't know. I don't know if that had some more singing in it. I just
tell us in the comments. Do you think Snoop Dogg is a good singer?
Yeah, go listen to the Snoop Lion album and let him know what you think.
Reggae is always a good time.
It is, genuinely. We get a promo package for our first match of the night. It's going to be the New Breed's Elijah Burke taking on Chris Jericho. And I can actually
in a loser leaves town match.
Look at this beautiful graphic. Ah, look at it. It's great. I worked very hard on it, so you're also going to say it's great, person watching this.
Well, they can keep looking at it while we explain this feud.
How did we get here, Puddy? Who are these people?
Well, the New Breed. Why don't you tell us who the New Breed are and how they arrived here, and then I'll talk about what's happened since the end of the ECW arc.
When Paul Heyman was plotting the whole ECW coup thing, I don't know what you want to call it, the New Breed was this side project that he had slowly been building up, collecting up different, very young, well, not very young. Not that young. Young, in quotation marks, very skilled, we'll go with that, prospects. And Paul Heyman had assembled this group, and he had planned to hand them off to Rene Sebastian Dupree, who at the time he had been managing. Rene rejected the group. It's not his style. It's not his way. And that led to a whole bunch of friction between him and Paul Heyman, which played out over a number of months ago. For a number of months. Regardless, the New Breed was left kind of directionless and leaderless, and since then, the four of them, being Elijah Burke, Marcus Corvin, Dolph Ziggler, and Kenny Dykstra, the four of them have just run roughshod all over SmackDown. They're not on SmackDown. Why the hell did I say SmackDown? What's wrong with me? Raw.
They've been running roughshod all over Raw, yeah, where a number of superstars have taken offense to their antics because they really have disrupted the show. They really have caused havoc across all of Monday Night Raw, and they have been difficult to take down. Multiple all-star six-man tag teams have failed to defeat the New Breed. But one man in particular has stuck to the mission. One man in particular is determined to put these young kids in their place. And that man is Chris Jericho, who continued to put together unsuccessful attempts to beat the New Breed in a six-man tag environment. But tonight, it's not a six-man tag. It's one-on-one at WrestleMania, and it's loser leaves town.
Perfect. Kick back over to TEW and on to the match itself. Nice. I think that's all right.
Yeah.
You think it's all right? Yeah, I think it's all right.
Fun, fast-paced match with Jericho trying to, shine up the young kids. Burke with a 72 shows me that he was up for it. That he went all the way. I mean, clearly he's green, he's raw. This is a first WrestleMania match. It's opening WrestleMania. The crowd is hot, and it's probably going to be a difficult one. But I think Burke rises to the occasion and eventually picks up the win over the veteran with an Elijah experience, thanks to the pounce from Marcus Corvin.
Awesome.
Jericho's done.
He is done.
He's gone.
He's gone. We didn't even make an angle afterwards where we're like, all right, bye, Chris. No, he's just gone. He's in. See ya.
Well, Jericho said he was gonna get rid of the New Breed or die trying, and he died trying.
He's dead. Moving on. We've got Triple H. No, it's Money in the Bank. It's coming up next. Let me throw up the graphics so you can see our lovely field here. for Blau, we've got Chavo Guerrero, Triple H, Renee Sebastian Dupree, Shelton Benjamin, Booker T, not King Booker, Mr. Kennedy, Rob Van Dam, and The Big Show.
That is a star-studded field, and for the first time ever in Money in the Bank history, 8 men will contend for the briefcase. What is Money in the Bank, Tucker?
Money in the Bank is a 8-man now. It is an 8-man ladder match in which over top of the ring is hung not a championship, but a briefcase containing a contract for a shot at a championship. It's very intuitive.
Whenever you want.
Yes, whenever you want, but
Yeah, it would be weird. Only Edge has sunk to the levels of doing it at an inopportune time for the champion.
True.
Usually it's just, used for a big occasion. And in fact, for a lot of these guys, it could be that if they win this match, they might try to get themselves in the main event tonight.
Oh, Big Show looks massive on that graphic. I did not realize that. Wow, he's huge.
He's a large man.
He is very big, and I'm sure I put it together being like, no, he's meant to be big, but he's right next to RV. Look at that, folks. God, what was I thinking? What was I doing? Anyways.
I bet nobody would have noticed it if you didn't point it out.
That's why I wanted to point it out. All right?
All right, fair enough.
I'm my biggest critic. This will be a Triple H gimmick change. Do you want to?
Sure, yeah, let's do it.
Because it was stale, folks. Unfortunately, Triple H's fantastic gimmick with like 3 or 4 positives is gone. Wow, what the hell? What the hell is that, Triple H?
Oh God. Well, yeah. Well,
Money in the Bank.
Money in the Bank.
It does all right.
Yeah.
It's Chavo. Chavo's Mr. Money in the Bank.
Guerrero is Mr. Money in the Bank. That's huge.
Yeah, I mean, 1 year ago, Chavo lost at the main event of this very show to Randy Orton. Obviously, it's not a championship win, but it's a step towards a championship win.
Nobody has ever cashed in Money in the Bank and failed to become the world champion.
Nobody has ever cashed in Money in the Bank on the same show they won it on. That
is also true. And Chavo Guerrero has a history with both, well, no, not both Batista and The Undertaker, but with Batista. So keep an eye out. Although he had to go through hell. This was a chaos-filled Money in the Bank ladder match. We made bigger ladders this year.
Big ladders. We had to reinforce them for show.
We reinforced them for show. Shelton's jumping off of all of them. I like to think Chavo's like hanging on to the briefcase from time to time. Kennedy was trying to become the first ever 2-time Money in the Bank winner. Although nobody's ever cashed it in and failed to become world champion, Kennedy has the unlucky distinction of being the only man to be Mr. Money in the Bank but not become world champion. Although he'll tell you that he's beaten 4 different world champions in the last year since then. So
he's also the only Money in the Bank winner to have never cashed it in.
That's true.
Which is interesting. It was. Did you mention it was taken from him? I feel like that might. Okay. So I was gonna say, I'm like, I didn't know if you had said it or not, and I was like, I guess I shouldn't dance around that if people don't know.
By another man who's in this match.
Yeah.
Rob Van Dam.
Yeah. Yeah. It's Chavo. He does it. He's Mr. Money in the Bank.
It's a huge win for Chavo, although I have to say, I think some people will dislike me for this. Chavo's had opportunities before. So just because he's got another one doesn't mean to me that he's gonna take it.
Wow. That's hurtful.
But guess we'll have to keep our eyes out. Maybe even tonight.
Oh boy.
Nat Hart on SmackDown, because she's now a SmackDown superstar, has been traveling the world hunting monsters in search of a monstrous woman by the name of Eris Morgan. She's traveled to Romania. She's traveled to Greece. She's traveled all the way to Persia in search of Eris Morgan. If you want to learn more about her adventures, you should check out SmackDown.
Yeah, Matsudiro bots. Go there.
Link in the description.
Pointed downwards like they'd see that. I don't have a camera on. What's wrong with me? What's wrong with me, man?
I ask that question a lot.
Oh, baby.
Oh, boy.
What is this crap? Here you go, folks. What the hell? So, Mr. McMahon. I don't even know how to start this. I don't know how to start this. So, Mr. McMahon has befriended R-Truth. R-Truth has, over a number of weeks, been hyping up Mr. McMahon. There was a Grammy night held on Monday Night Raw. Mr. McMahon gave the Grammy to R-Truth because he's the best entertainer, singer, rapper, dancer, all of the above in the company. That Grammy ended up being stolen by Crime Time. And in a long, complex process involving hiring Johnny Ace to once again wear a detective hat, involving Snoop Dogg, who we will obviously circle back around to. But Mr. McMahon was able to reobtain the Grammy. However, the Grammy itself had become a sticking point for the greater culture of music. Snoop Dogg was sent by the grand overlords of hip-hop itself to come to WrestleMania to show why Vince McMahon knows nothing about music. And he's going to prove that through his champion Bobby Lashley, beating Mr. McMahon's champion R-Truth in a hair-threatening match.
With Stone Cold Steve Austin as the special
Look, he's
guest
right in the
referee.
middle. Yeah, you could not miss him. WrestleMania. WrestleMania.
Yep. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of bullshit there.
Yeah.
I mean that in the best possible way.
Yeah.
But remember that at the heart of this, we're going to get to witness R-Truth, a phenomenal athlete, versus Bobby Lashley, the Intercontinental Champion.
Yep.
And look, we can all poo-poo sports entertainment, but either Snoop Dogg or Mr. McMahon's going to get shaved bald at the end of this. And I don't know about you guys, but I think that's pretty cool.
I'm not sure Snoop Dogg agreed to that. I think that's why it's called a hair-threatening match, right? Because Snoop Dogg was silent on that part. I don't know. We'll see.
I thought it was Mr. McMahon that was silent. I thought Snoop said
Snoop agreed. It's just like, on the match itself. Nice. Wow, R-Truth is really good.
Yep.
My God. Yeah, this probably has a bunch of shenanigans. I'm sure Vince and Snoop trade punches on the outside or something, and shaving
Snoop
cream
slides,
spot.
Lasher, the some brass knucks.
Yep. And Bobby Lashley is gonna get it done. He's
Vince McMahon's gonna get shaved bald.
If Vince McMahon tries to run away, but we catch him and we force him to be shaved, and he looks sad. I will have to get a new Vince picture.
Yep. Well, hey, you've been waiting.
The short hair Vince, baby. Let's go.
No, not short hair Vince.
Oh yeah. Oh, you're right. Yep. Yeah, there's an idea coming. Stay tuned. Bobby Lashley was terrible. All right, game.
Oh, okay.
You don't gotta be like that. Oh shit! It's the World Tag Team Titles. Here's your graphic. It's the champions, Rated RKO, defending against the Hardy Boys. The Hardys came back to WWE, I believe around November on the SmackDown brand. They were brought over in the draft that took place just after the ECW coup was quelled. The Hardys over on Raw, they've been steadily rising up the tag team ranks, finally to where they're getting a shot against Rated RKO. And I think the real story here will be if Rated RKO can keep their heads on long enough to make this match what it should be. Should be a tag team war, you know what I mean? Should be two of the best teams we've got here going at it. But Orton and Edge have continuously showed and continuously stated that they do not want to be viewed as a tag team. They do not operate as a tag team. They are two singles wrestlers who happen to be holding tag team gold. And to not put things lightly, I kind of just feel like they really just don't like each other that much anymore.
I don't think Randy Orton likes anyone, and I don't think anyone likes Edge.
That's true.
So...
Edge, very dislikable.
So I think really both men are not made for the tag team ranks, but that hasn't stopped them being one of the most successful and dominant tag teams of the last year. But the Hardys are one of the best tag teams of all time. So this should be an absolute banger. But as you say, whereas our SmackDown tag team match later is going to be a guaranteed battle of two high-end tag teams at the best of their game who get on with each other and know that they want to be the best in the tag team division. This is more of a story of, can they coexist?
Back over to TEW and into the match itself. World Tag Team titles.
Hardys are going to have an entrance first.
You are right. Look at them.
They're charismatic.
There they go. They're entering. Rated RKO come down to the ring with microphones. And they run down the Hardys.
We could beat you even if we're not coexisting. We could beat you in a handicap match twice, but we're on the same page. Randy's got my back. Right, partner?
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
of course.
Yeah. Into the match.
And actually, Rated RKO can coexist. They put their differences aside for one night here at WrestleMania because they're forced into a barnbuster tag team match, one of the best of all time. And they do put their differences aside. They do come together and they give the Hardys all they've got. And it's not enough.
Yeah, I think it's the extreme combination. Is that, I want to say that's the twist of fate into the Swanton, but also part of me is like, is that the weird thing where like Matt does like a...
where Jeff jumps off Matt's back into the turnbuckle? Because I think that's what the extreme combination
That might be it. That might be it. That's what they fit with. That's the finish. No, it'll be twist of fate probably into Swanton. Something to that degree. Jeff Hardy pins Edge. The Hardy Boys are World Tag Team Champions. Probably.
Again.
Almost certainly, I think, the first time they've held those versions of a WWE Tag Team title.
That might be true of those specific belts, but I believe these belts share the lineage with the old WWE tags.
I think maybe, yeah, you're definitely right on that. So, fair enough. I don't know what I'm talking about. Moving on. What's new?
It's weird. No, it's fair because the SmackDown belts are called the WWE tags, but I think they are actually a new lineage from the Edge tournament.
Graphic up for this. It is our Cruiserweight Championship match. It's the
Wait, Sabu? Is the Cruiserweight champion? Tucker, how did this happen?
At Saturday night's main event, No Way Out, in the Cruiserweight Elimination Chamber, also featuring Rey Mysterio, champion at the time, Chavo Guerrero,
Roderick
Strong, somebody we won't
Miggy
mention
Rojo.
because they don't work here anymore. Miggy Rojo was there.
Okay, that's it then.
That's it. That's all. Sabu was able to pick up the victory and become the champion in an environment that, come to think of it, in retrospect, probably a pretty good place for Sabu to be.
Indeed.
But none of that's going down tonight. It's just a straight-up wrestling match, one-on-one. Number one contender, a Cruiserweight division icon. I mean, even without saying Cruiserweight division, just an icon. But still...
Former World Heavyweight Champion. Well, WWE Heavyweight Champion.
Former WWE Heavyweight Champion.
A first ballot Hall of Famer. Arguably the greatest of all time in his weight class. Pound for pound, perhaps the greatest of all time.
It's Rey Mysterio. Who the hell else could it be? I mean, you've seen him the whole time. It wasn't a surprise.
It's Mysterio. It's Mania. It's the big time.
Rey gets an entrance. He shuffles to the ring quite quickly. Into
and here it is.
The match. Nice. Nice.
Hell yeah, boys. And that note is fair.
That is what I want to see, actually. That means it's based, game. I don't know what you're talking about. This just means it's good.
And holy shit, it's Mysterio, it's Mania, but Sabu is still the Cruiserweight champion of the world.
Yeah, Sabu, to all of Ray's benefit, or to all of Ray's credit, not benefit, to all of his credit, he brings his best tonight, certainly. Sabu is, I don't know, man. You think he's just entirely about, like, the hardcore stuff and being a wild guy, and you get him in there for a proper match like this, and you see that there's actually a lot of depth there, and, I don't know. That man might be Cruiserweight champion for a good while.
It's a division that's been incredibly competitive over the last 2 years. It's been really hard to take the champion off their pedestal. Becoming champion is a really big deal in that division. It takes a lot for you to become champion, so it makes sense that it's quite difficult then for people to knock that champion off their pedestal. Sabu had to overcome 5 of the greatest cruiserweights of all time, and here at WrestleMania, he's proven it wasn't a fluke.
Moving on. Oh, baby.
Oh, boy. The main event.
Yeah, the main event indeed. All right. We've got the Bashams. We've got the WWE Unified Tag Team Champions, Paul London and Brian Kendrick.
Wait a second.
That looks wrong. Yeah, hold on.
No, I think that's right. That's them, right?
I think so. That one's bald. They're both
bald. Those guys are flippy dudes.
There's only one bald guy though.
Oh.
Something's gone wrong. Hold on. There we go. Okay,
that's better.
Yeah, that's them. Two bald guys. The other two, they got hair. Okay, we're good.
Okay. Cool.
That was weird. The hell was that?
I mean, we don't need to talk too much about these guys. Now, of course, a lot of this has been happening on the TVs, but I think it's enough has surely come over the pay-per-views for you to know that these are 2 of the greatest tag teams of all time. There's just no doubt in it. They just are. And they're multi-time tag team champions, multi-division tag team champions. They are legends of the division.
Talking about
you were trying to butt in.
Sorry. Talking about the Bashams, obviously, right?
I'm talking about both.
Yeah, yeah, these guys are the peak. The peak, yeah, of our tag team division, honestly. The Bashams and London and Kendrick both over these I guess 3 years that we've been doing this. They've been the guys in the tag team division. And I don't think we've gotten them at Mania before. Who's better?
Yeah.
Who's better?
That's it. Because they've fought before, they've wrestled before, but tonight is that's it. It's over. This is the last chance. Not last chance. This is the pinnacle, like you said. We will know at WrestleMania with the lights on bright, just outside Detroit, Michigan, at the Palace, who's the better tag team? Who is the greatest tag team in SmackDown history? We're going to find that out right now.
Oh, quick bit I'll insert. Unified tag team titles, because the Cruiserweight tag team titles were recently folded into the WWE tag team titles, which are the titles you see there. Yes, they're just the WWE tag team title designs, but
it's a new belt.
They're shiny. They're nice looking. Yeah. Paint's redone on them. Back over to TEW. Let's do it. Who's the best fucking tag team in the world?
No surprise. It's London and Kendrick.
God, 94. Well done, everybody. Dude, but Danny's 66, too. Danny just can't do shit.
This is a war.
This was a hardcore match? I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it is.
Amazing.
It's a war, right? You've got Bashams immediately devolving the match into violence and brutality, trying to pick these fast cruiserweight wrestlers apart. And then eventually you get the fire spots. You get the high octane offense of Brian Kendrick and Paul London. And then these two just absolutely go to war. At one point, we get Teddy Long coming down there, who's been a really important part of this tag team division. And he, of course, was assaulted by the Bashams 2 weeks ago. He gets his revenge. He hits one of the Bashams with a steel chair, and he's imminently involved. Maybe he takes a bump as well through a table. But in the end, the men with the resolve, the men with the passion, the men with the wherewithal and the teamwork to end up on top are Paul London and Brian Kendrick, the unified WWE Tag Team Champions.
97.
You got the boost from a good experience, good chemistry, and a tag team specialist. Yeah. So he's in his role, and he's really great at it. Is Paul London?
Hell yeah. And Kendrick too.
I'm so happy this did well.
I was gonna say this banged. Hell yeah, dude.
We really did deliver an era piece classic.
Fucking Bashams. I don't know what's next for the Bashams.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
It's been a good run. Yeah.
Somehow every year it was like, I guess we just keep the Bashams around, and every year they were like tag champs at least once, and it was fucking fantastic. Well done, boys.
There have been some iconic moments, like them just walking through the whole locker room after a lumberjack match. Yeah, they really are one of our boys, and yeah, I mean, they fucking delivered at WrestleMania, so give them their due. Top guys.
We get a recap of career versus career. It's Shawn Michaels. It's Ric Flair. One of these fantastic odysseys comes to a close. Yeah.
And yeah, another pair of first ballot Hall of Famers. We could go over the story. We go over the history of how Ric Flair ended up in this position, but that's not what matters. What matters right now is Shawn Michaels, the Heartbreak Kid, against the Nature Boy Ric Flair, with their careers on the line.
This was the match.
It's going to be emotional.
This was the match Ric Flair had wanted. Well, up until he knew he couldn't fight John Cena for the title. But this is the match that Ric Flair wanted. It's the match he's getting. There's no messing around in this. It is career versus career. Put the other man down.
Yep.
Let's do it. Oh, yeah, okay. God, that number was like, whoa. I was like, whoa, what the hell going on?
It's all right, it's just Shawn.
Yeah, it's just Shawn. Oh, thank God.
Did you show the graphic for this match?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, cool. One last time for one of these men. I'm sorry. I love you.
Bang.
Super kick. I mean, yeah, this is the real life match.
Yep.
We don't need to describe this. Go watch it. You'll either love it or you'll hate it, but it deserves its place here at WrestleMania. And Ric Flair's career is over. I'm
sure we'll get a couple questions about doing that this year, as opposed to next year.
Yeah.
And all I'd say is, Flair is not gonna hold up till next year. So this is it.
Well, he could, but I think it's better to remember Ric Flair like this.
Yes, where he could still pretty much do it. I mean, 88 is really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially with what he's working with. We saw that top row earlier. Good God.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Shawn puts away Ric Flair.
We begged him to do this, and he did it.
We're going to let them have a little bit of time here, but for the most part, we'll catch you on Raw for
the fallout.
Yeah, for Ric Flair, essentially. Up next.
It's main event time.
Yeah, we have entered the main events. It is... Well, no, we already did the main event, Puddy. What are you talking about?
We've done 2 of the main events. We've got 2 more to come.
We've got, for the WWE Championship, the strongest man in the world, Mark Henry, versus John Cena.
Yeah, this is one of the most exciting matchups we've ever seen in the WWE. John Cena has been incredible since winning the WWE Championship 2 years ago at WrestleMania 21, he has lost, I think it's a grand total of 3 WWE Championship matches. One to Edge immediately following a TLC. Sorry, a Elimination Chamber.
Yep.
One to Rob Van Dam via some shenanigans in the Hammerstein Ballroom.
Yep.
And then one triple threat match with Edge and Rob Van Dam, in which I don't think he was the man pinned.
No, he was not.
Other than that, John Cena has won every other WWE Championship match in the last 2 years. He has been champion for something like a combined 600 days over that time, or something like that. Probably closer to maybe 500, but it's a long time. He has stepped up to every big occasion. The list of names John Cena has beaten for the championship is a list of either current or future Hall of Famers. You've got Chris Benoit, Triple H, John Bradshaw Layfield, Shawn Michaels, Ric Flair, Rob Van Dam, Edge, Umaga, Carlito. You know, the absolute who's who of the WWE over the last 2 years. John Cena is one of the greatest we've ever seen. There's no doubt about that. But the question is how great? Because on the other side of the ring is one of the biggest breakout stars of all time. Mark Henry is the world's strongest man. He still, to this day, holds some world records in certain weightlifting categories. He really is the real deal. And this year, he has arrived in a massive way in the WWE. He put The Undertaker on the shelf. He beat Umaga. He beat The Big Show. And then, on Saturday Night's Main Event, the premiere, he won a triple threat cage match for the opportunity to main event WrestleMania on the Raw side. This is two men. This is the immovable force, or the unstoppable force and the immovable object.
There you go.
Right? You've got two of the greatest to ever do it. For Mark Henry, he's on the precipice of that top level. He needs to win to ascend. But hell, if he hasn't done everything else in his power to make sure he's ready for it. And man, if nobody over the last year has been able to stop him. On the other hand, John Cena might be the greatest of all time. This match, I have no idea who's going to win. Somebody's walking out WWE champion and carving their name in history.
Whoa. All right, well, I'll tell you that later.
Okay,
we've received big news
I've seen the big news.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just said that. I was like, whoa. All right, let's do it. Cena, Henry.
We're gonna see a Henry entrance first.
Yeah, we will. He runs through a wall.
Oh, I love that. That's great.
Nice.
John Cena does it. So another thing I forgot to mention in the booking is that when Cena enters this match, he's got a knee brace.
Mm.
And the commentators are going to theorize that actually Cena's had like a niggling knee injury since his battle with Umaga at New Year's Revolution. And he's chosen this. Okay, so he's been keeping it kind of secret to not paying a target on his back. But he knew WrestleMania, he didn't want to take any. Can you still hear me? I just bumped my mic.
Yep. Yep,
okay. He didn't want to take any risks. So yeah, putting a target for Mark Henry might be a bad idea, but also going out there without any support on your bad knee when you have to lift a man the size of Mark Henry up for an FU is a huge problem for Cena. So he puts the knee brace on, but Henry does target it. And it's a serious problem for Cena throughout the match that Henry is targeting that bad knee. And then at one point, Cena does go up for the FU. Henry elbows his way out of it and then kind of rips Cena's arm back. And from that moment on, we realize that Cena's not just got his bad knee, but now he's got a bad shoulder as well. He seriously messed up that shoulder when Henry ripped it back, maybe even out of the socket. Because for about the second, maybe 9 minutes of this match, the back end, Cena is really struggling with that shoulder. So much so that for the last half of this match, Cena is completely unable to lift Mark Henry up for the FU. He just can't do it. He can't get the big man up. He's just not got the strength on that shoulder to get Henry up. And the knee's not helping either. Henry, though, is throwing everything at Cena. Everything he's got. Bear hugs, kind of strikes, the World's Strongest Slam even once, and Cena's kicking out. So while Cena isn't really even able to really participate in the match, Henry is wondering what he's got to do to keep Cena down. That's when Henry goes to the top rope, going for a splash. But Cena is quick enough to jump onto the ropes, wobble him, and stop Henry in his tracks up on the splash. Cena gets an idea. Henry's up on the ropes. He's already at the height he needs for the FU. And so he just grabs him, chucks him onto his shoulders, and throws him off for the FU, getting him off the ropes so he doesn't have to lift him up himself. Hits the FU. 1, 2, 3. Cena retains. But he might have lost an arm.
There you go. John Cena.
Two men will shake hands afterwards. Henry will lift Cena's arm up, and Cena will be like, "Oh, whoa, no. Nope." And I like this image of Cena celebrating and like going to the back with the championship in one hand, but the other arm just completely gone.
Yeah. John Cena finds a way, as he pretty much always does. I was gonna say, yeah.
Big match, Cena.
Up next, Women's Championship on the line. Where's my... There it is. We've got Women's Champion Melina defending against Stacy Keibler.
Yeah.
Melina became champ by beating...
I think she won a tournament, didn't she?
Oh, maybe yes, you're right, because the title was vacated.
Yeah, I think Lita retired with it.
Yeah, I do believe so. And so there was a tournament. Melina went through that whole tournament and came out the other side as the women's champion. And Stacy Keibler's story is pretty interesting. It's been a quiet couple years, I would say, working around the women's division. But lately, things have kind of picked up for Stacy. It really feels like the crowd is getting behind her in a way that they weren't before. There's some real excitement to the idea that she could win this tonight. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Back over to TEW and let's run the match. Oh, it's Eminem. They're in a limo. Whoa.
Whoa.
Maybe we've never shown the all new Eminem, but
probably not.
I won't elaborate on it. I'll just leave that one.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yep.
My God, they both did pretty. Oh, right, eye candy match. My bad. I was like, whoa. I was like, that's pretty good, honestly. Yeah, Melina is going to be able to overcome. Stacy is doing pretty well in the early going. She's kind of taking Melina off her game a little bit. She's using her long legs to her advantage. Lots of kicks, lots of big arcing kicks that she does. It's messing Melina up. But eventually, the numbers advantage is just going to get in the way of Stacy's
that damn
attempt.
numbers game, King.
God damn it. They're playing the numbers game. As Nitro and Masters will distract Stacy at different points and allow Melina eventually to pick up the win. She's still your women's champion.
National tragedy.
National tragedy. Children are crying.
Yeah, we cut to a little girl in the front row just bawling her eyes out. Melina walks up to her and is like, wah.
Cut to a 22-year-old man somewhere else in the crowd. He's also bawling. It's terrible. Here we go.
Yeah.
From the Royal Rumble to WrestleMania.
Yeah. You guys have been here for the whole Batista journey, really.
Yeah.
He won the title at WrestleMania 21. He lost it to Shelton Benjamin a few months later. And then he spent the better part of the next few months trying to get back to that title, trying to make sure he's up to the task of fighting with someone as good as Shelton Benjamin. And just when he thought he was there, injury ripped that whole summer away from Batista. And that was one of the hardest things for him to deal with. But we've seen him come back from that. We've seen him on his road to redemption. And then at Survivor Series, we saw him win the World Heavyweight title. And for the first time ever, he got into the new year as world champ. For the first time ever, he's entering WrestleMania as the world champ. Dave Bautista has achieved a lot of firsts over this last year. Now, another first that happened was at the Royal Rumble. The first man ever to win from the number 30 was The Undertaker, who decided to challenge Batista for the world title, a championship he's never won, and to really cement himself here on SmackDown as the big dog, his yard. Batista refused to be intimidated, refused to let The Undertaker wash away all of that work that he's done over the last year. Like I said, he's achieved a lot of firsts, and he was annoyed that everyone was talking about how The Undertaker's never lost at WrestleMania. Well, The Undertaker's also never won the World Heavyweight Championship. So someone's going to do something for the first time tonight. Why are people so sure it's going to be The Undertaker? Batista is guaranteeing a win tonight. He's the World Heavyweight Champion. He's going to end The Undertaker's little WrestleMania streak and retain his title. Because that's what it is. His title.
It's career. What? It's streak versus championship. That's it. That's the one. It's phenom. Oh my god, I just butchered the whole. You know what? All right, here we're going back to it.
It's phenom versus animal.
Thank you. Let's do the match. Oh wait, my bad. Undertaker has to walk to the ring. He was a real star in this segment.
Yeah, this entrance, for those who haven't seen it, is very druid heavy, lots of fire. Oh yeah, this one's so sick. Actually, this is the one where you get the shot where like the part of the stage opens up and Undertaker's in like a back hallway, so you get this like shot of him through like the hallway, and it's just him silhouette. It's actually really cool. Yeah,
I've seen that.
I mean, we're about to talk about the match, which is just the match from WrestleMania 23. So more so than a lot of stuff on this show, and more so than many of the things I've recommended recently, I would just recommend going and watching this match at WrestleMania 23. It is by far Batista's best input to a match. Like never before, never again does Batista give so much to a match. And it might be my favorite Batista match. It is truly better than the sum of its parts. Let's see what TEW thinks.
Yeah, acceptable. The streak lives. That dead man is world champion. What the hell are we gonna do now?
Yeah, Regal can sell that, like, who's gonna take the title off of The Undertaker?
Yeah, I would double what Puddy said. Just go watch Taker Batista. If I recall, it's not that long. It's a Mania match anyways. They're never that long.
It's 16 minutes. So it's the same as this one, yeah.
I assume so. Yeah, I would just go watch that, quite honestly. If you've got access to it, or I'm sure they probably uploaded it on YouTube for free somewhere, honestly.
I'm sure they did, yeah.
Yeah, I would go out of your way to watch it. It's pretty damn good. The Undertaker's World Heavyweight Champion.
It's his kingdom. We're living in it.
And there's WrestleMania 23, folks. Jeez. Who do you want to have a chat with?
Paul London.
Yeah. Come here, boy. Come here.
What else? Taker, I think.
Yep. We could talk to Triple H and mitigate some of that anger.
That's a good idea. Let's hug Triple H.
I'm sorry. Okay?
I love you.
Seemed pleased. Seemed pleased. Whoa.
Ooh. Oh, it's Blue Pants.
Indeed. And that was WrestleMania. Wow.
The granddaddy of them all.
We did it. We've entered another season somehow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Will we make it to the end of this one?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see you at 24, I guess. We've got links to everything down in the description. I'm going to throw up I'm gonna throw up our credits right here on screen so you can see them. Yeah, we've got our Patreon down there. Puddy's channel is down there. The Twitch is down here where we stream basically everything. This is not being streamed. Nothing today has been. We will eventually have a booking of video for this show out on the Patreon for the Patreons, the patrons, the Patreons, the patrons.
Patrons, yeah.
We've got the VOD channel down there, which is all the TVs. So if you felt you watched this show and you were like, I don't get some of the bits, we've got most of the last 3 months up there, 4 months.
All of, I want to say?
Depending on how bad the clips are cut up with the music stuff. That was what I was...
Yeah, I don't think anything gets muted. I think it's just blocked in certain countries.
Okay.
That's usually Germany. So if you're German,
sorry.
get fucked.
Sorry, German people. Oh, well. Yeah, we'll catch you guys in the next one. Anything you want to say, Puddy?
I don't think so. I hope you enjoyed. WrestleMania 23 holds a pretty special place in my heart, so hopefully we were able to do it justice.
Hell yeah. Yeah, for me, for Puddy, for the boys and girls of the roster. Yeah, thank you so much for continuing to, check this stuff out and following along with us if you are, and onwards and upwards, I guess. We'll see y'all in the next one. This is Silly Tuck, signing out.